All right, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this personal banking blueprint course that we actually put in place. Been very transparent and showing you the inner workings of how this actually works. We want you educated, open book, so that you know when you come to us, you already got a good idea of what it is that you're going to get. One of the things that we want to leave you with is a personal story of one of our members that we've been able to help. For this purpose, we're going to say her name Sarah. I don't want to put her out. We just want to kind of discuss how the personal banking blueprint allowed her to transform her financial future. And so Sarah was someone that grew up in a tough neighborhood. She was someone that really dreamed of achieving the American dream and making her family proud and really being the first to be able to accomplish some of the things that her family never had the opportunity to. And so she did everything right. She made great grades in school. She went on to college, graduated from college, top of her class. She got a great job. She got married, was just doing everything right. And all of a sudden, some things in life start to happen, and we talk about stresses from finances and what they can do to marriages, what they can do to us, to our health, what they can do to our community. And so, unfortunately, Sarah, you know, at the point to where she's thinking things are going well, she's living her life. She has her home. She has her kids. Financial troubles start to come towards her spouse's job, and he loses his job, and financial troubles through COVID really start to arise, right, through the job loss and the pandemic. And so before she knew it, not only was the world in a state of pandemic, but her marriage was not able to survive. She quickly faced significant financial challenges from that, right? One source of income was gone. When she looked up, she had student loan debts from her education. She turned to credit cards to be able to try and survive. But because of her current scenario of two household incomes and doing well financially, she was in significant car debt. Her car was $80,000 for a car. Her savings were minimal. She really had no savings. She felt depressed about her financial situation. Someone who really took the traditional steps of doing things the right way. It didn't work out. It wasn't working out. And things that took a sharp turn, something that she probably would never have planned for. But things happen. She was overwhelmed by student loans and high interest credit cards. You know, her car payment, she was upside down. So it's very hard to get out of that car when you're upside down. You owe 80, but the car is worth 60. The car is worth 70. Where are you going to get the difference from to be able to trade that in? She didn't have the money saved in her account, and that made her feel stuck. She still possessed huge ambition. She was just unable to pursue it. Dealing with divorce, dealing with the pandemic, dealing with high stress, the financial, doing everything on her own. It took a real emotional toll on her, and that stress impacted her happiness and well-being. She started to become depressed. She started to become hopeless. And so good thing for her, she didn't lose hope. She always had a dim light that she always talks about, that she would, from time to time just think about that dim light. I mean, she grew up in a rough situation. And so unfortunately, she was used to going through those things, but she thought she had came out of it, and it was really hard for her to kind of be back in that scenario after doing all the right things. But nevertheless, she was able to pull it together. And she still had dreams of starting her own business so that she would actually take control of her financial future. She didn't have the energy to go back into a corporate situation and build in a corporation, not knowing that the same thing would happen to her again. She wanted to take control of her finances. But financially, a business has to be financed, and she just didn't have it. She needed a way to free up money to pay off her debts. And she saw an ad just like you guys probably did, which is how you got to this course more than likely. You either saw an ad or somebody referred you to it. 60% of our business comes through referrals because of what we do for individuals and their families. And so upon discovering Personal Banking Blueprint, I just remember seeing twinkle, that light, that dim light in her eye. I remember visualizing, actually seeing that there was hope that was actually there. And so we got started by creating her a personalized financial plan. It was actually fun to do because once you start to ask people to really start to think about their dreams, and I'm a basketball coach. I always try to get you to stretch that dream. I think so many times as adults, we make our dreams smaller to fit our current situation. Within the Personal Banking Blueprint, you're going to be provided what you need to stretch your dreams. And so we started off funding our bank. We were able to go in and cancel subscription services. We were able to go in and actually found a way to be able to manage the deficit on that vehicle. She picked up some side income, had a side hustle that she was able to do that kind of actually led to her business, interesting enough. And we were able to find almost $1,000 to be able to recapture, place in her bank, pay minimum payments, set up her snowball. And we started knocking out debt quickly. Now, I can remember that first debt that we paid off for her. It was not much. It was an $800 credit card that she had established. But the excitement that she had that we were actually able to pay off that credit card in the first 30 days, she got really excited. She even introduced us to several people based off of that. She was so funny. But it was good to see her start to get that sparkle back. We continue to leverage the cash value in our policy, knocking out that high interest, taking the money that she was paying in it. Once we filled up how much money we could actually get into her personal banking policy, and started funding a high yield savings account where she was earning over 5% interest in that high yield savings account. It was a beautiful scenario because by utilizing that Personal Banking Blueprint, we watch her time after time turn interest payments into wealth building opportunities. As she redirected those saved interests into her savings account, this approach accelerated her debt repayment, and it really increased her financial stability. Within a few years, Sarah achieved a huge milestone of paying off her student loan debt. She had $36,000 of student loans. Her credit card debt was gone. Her car payments was gone. Her savings was up significantly, giving her the financial security that she always wanted. She just walked different. She just floated. It was just a completely different person. She was renewed. She was confident in her financial future and where she was going. With her debts paid off and savings accumulated, she had the freedom to start her dream business. Her side hustle that she was using to get debt free became her dream business. You see, she invested into her passion, and she built a successful company behind it, one that her daughter now also works in with her. Financial freedom allowed Sarah to focus on her business without constant worry of debt. She was able to take chances. She was able to fund it herself, control her repayments. She continued to earn interest on the money that she saved for the business. while earning interest on the money in the business. She leveraged her dollars to work in multiple different ways. Her journey from debt to despair to financial freedom and business success was truly inspiring. It was one of probably the greatest story that we've had, one of them, to overcome the pandemic and make it this far. She transformed her life by taking control of her finances. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of financial planning and discipline. I hope that you listen to her story to see how the personal banking blueprint changed her life and think about what it can actually do for you. We hope that it gives you the motivation that it gave her to apply these strategies. I want you to reflect and see if that's a direction that you want to go into. It's one thing my mom always told me. If nothing changes, nothing changes. I want to thank you guys for attending us with this course, giving us this opportunity to be of service to you. We want to ask that you move forward, take that step, be action takers. Take control of your financial security. Take that financial freedom. Eliminate that traditional banking system and what they got planned against you. Recapture that 74% of interest and taxes that were planned against you so that you can achieve your ultimate financial goals for generations to come. We want to set you up for success, and we want to cheer for you all the way through. I want to thank you for your time. I'll look forward to seeing you on our call in person so that we can get to know each other. We will develop friendships, relationships, but better yet, we're going to set you free so that you can deliver for your family and your last name. Thank you.